And then when what sets in? When diminishing returns sets in, then it starts to fall. So you may not remember, but whenever we did this initially, that is the what curve. If we're talking about diminishing returns, that is the well, we did this just the other week as well. This is like the third time we've been over this in recent weeks. No. That is the total product curve. Yeah. And from that we derive the marginal product and the marginal cost. Okay, so Megan, where in that diagram does diminishing returns set in?
Like when it peaks and starts to go back down.
Here?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
So a little bit before it when the gradient starts to
Yeah, where the gradient starts to flatten off. Okay, so we take a line right the way down. So up to that point you've got what type of returns? Increasing returns, and then beyond that point you've got diminishing returns. When you get to this point, Megan, and it starts to fall, you've actually got, so that would mean the implication here is, let's say, you know, the value there is 80 at the top, at the peak. And then you add one more unit of labour, so that might be unit 7, and then unit 8 comes along, and then unit 8, the output's actually 78. So you don't have diminishing returns, you've actually got negative. Decreasing returns is the same as diminishing. So you actually got negative returns at that point. Okay, so what then happens to marginal product? If this is more efficient because the gradient's getting steeper, that must mean that extra workers are adding more than the previous one. Therefore, you've got increasing returns to that point, and then it decreases. And where does it cut the x-axis? At the maximum point here. So that comes down here, so you've got to go through there, and then you go negative where this is starting to drop through. Okay. And then marginal cost, Ellie? Because if workers are becoming more productive, they are also by default therefore more efficient, therefore cheaper, less costly. Correct. So that's coming down, and then so that is supposed to be, if you flip that over, it's supposed to be a mirror image, really. Okay. Now you don't seem to remember that very well. This is the third time we've done this in a matter of weeks. So if you don't remember it, you need to be having a look at it again. But to come back to the demand for labour, which of these curves then is this coming from? What, this one? Sorry? It's coming from the marginal product curve, yes. Because what is MRP? It's MPP, which is what? Productivity. So which of these curves is really measuring productivity? It's the marginal product curve, which is measuring productivity. Hence the reason why your demand for labour curve looks like what, Megan? It looks exactly the same, yes. Looks like that. So that is your MRP curve of labour. And why does it rise and then fall, Megan? Because
workers are becoming more efficient.
Because, yeah, initially workers become much more efficient, but then...
Diminishing returns.
Yes, okay. So on the basis of this, what would cause the MRP curve of labour to shift to the right? So what would cause MRPL1 to go to MRPL2? Right. So a change in either of